There's a song you've been humming all morning. Not the whole thing, just the part before the chorus. It loops, cuts off, starts again, cuts off again. You didn't choose it. You can't quite shake it. Now try to finish it in your head all the way through. Feel that? The second you complete it, it lets go. That's not a quirk of catchy music. That's your mind showing you one of its oldest rules. It keeps unfinished things running, and quietly, they run you. This has a name and a strange little origin. Vienna, the 1920s, a busy cafe. A psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik notices something about the waiters. They remember complicated orders perfectly. No notepad, no slip. Every dish, every table held flawlessly in their heads. But the moment the bill is paid, it's gone. Ask them what you just ordered. They draw a blank. The order lived in memory only while it was open. Paid meant finished. Finished meant delete. She took this back to the lab and pushed on it. People did small tasks. Some she let them complete. Others she interrupted partway, then asked them to stop. Later, she asked which tasks they remembered. The interrupted ones came back nearly twice as easily. Not the ones they'd finished, the ones left hanging. An unfinished task, it turns out, doesn't sit quietly. It stays lit, it keeps a little pressure on. It hums underneath everything else you're doing. Not loud, but never fully closed. And here's the part that actually matters for you. This is running right now on a dozen things. The text you left on read 3 days ago. The email you opened, half-answered, and minimized. The dish in the sink you'll get to later. The hard conversation you keep rehearsing in the shower. Each one is a tab your mind refuses to close. You're not remembering them on purpose. They're remembering themselves, tugging at your sleeve. That tug has a job. It's not random noise. Think about what a goal actually is to your brain. It's an intention, a promise to reach some end state. And the brain hates leaving an intention undischarged. So it keeps the goal active, easy to reach, top of the pile. That accessibility is the whole point. It's how you remember to actually finish what you started. The nagging isn't a bug, it's a bookmark. Your mind is holding your place so you come back, which sounds helpful, and sometimes it is. But now, count how many bookmarks you've got open. The unpaid bill, the unsent reply, the unstarted report, the gift you didn't buy, the call you didn't make. Every one of them, quietly lit all at once. That's the buzz you feel at 2 a.m. for no reason. Lying in the dark, wide awake, mind refusing to settle. It's not that anything's wrong, it's that nothing's closed. Every open loop is whispering the same word, unfinished. And this is exactly where procrastination gets misunderstood. We treat putting things off as a willpower problem. Like, you just need to want it more, try harder. But look closer at the moment you actually stall. The pain isn't in doing the task. It's in a task that hasn't been started yet. Unstarted, it's abstract. A vague cloud labeled the whole thing. There's no loop yet, so there's nothing pulling you in. The tension the waiter felt, you never switched it on. So the task just sits there, heavy and inert, which points at something almost backwards. The problem was never finishing. It was starting. And starting is the one lever the Zeigarnik Effect hands you. Because the instant you begin, the loop snaps open. Now it's not a cloud, it's a thing in progress. And your mind will not leave a thing in progress alone. So here's the move, and it's smaller than you think. Don't commit to the report, commit to one sentence. Don't commit to the gym, just put the shoes on. Shrink the start until it's almost embarrassing to refuse. 2 minutes, one line, one box on the form. You're not trying to finish, you're trying to open the loop. Once it's open, the tension does the pulling for you. The task that felt impossible now feels unfinished. And unfinished is a feeling your brain rushes to fix. But we've been circling the real payoff. Because the effect cuts both ways, and most people only feel the bad edge. If starting opens a loop that drags you back, then you can open loops on purpose. Ernest Hemingway supposedly wrote by a strange rule. He'd stop for the day mid-sentence, knowing what came next. Not at a clean ending, right in the middle. So tomorrow he didn't face a blank, cold page. He faced a sentence half-finished, still warm, pulling him in. The loop stayed open overnight, doing the work of motivation. You can steal this for almost anything. Stop the study session mid-chapter, not at the neat break. Leave the code with one obvious next line to write. Walk away from the essay with the next thought already teed up. You're not leaving a mess, you're leaving a hook. Tomorrow, that hook reaches out and grabs you first. Starting is hard. Continuing something already open is easy. So arrange your work so you're always continuing. Now, one loop we opened way back we should close. That 2 a.m. buzz, the mind that won't shut off. If open loops are what keep you awake, finishing everything isn't possible, so what do? Here's the part that's quietly surprising. Your brain doesn't actually demand that you finish. It demands to know the task won't be dropped. Give it a specific plan, and it treats the loop as handled. Not deal with the taxes, that stays open, still buzzing. But Saturday, 10 a.m., at the kitchen table, folder 1. Name the when, the where, the very next physical step. Studies on this are strikingly consistent. Write down a concrete next action, and the nagging drops off. The task isn't done, but your mind stops guarding it. You've told it exactly where you set the bookmark. So it finally lets you close your eyes. And that's the whole thing, both edges of one blade. The mind keeps unfinished business lit, so you'll return. That's the tug at 2 a.m., and the tug that beats procrastination. So stop trying to summon the will to finish. Open the loop with a start too small to dodge. Leave tomorrow's work mid-sentence, still warm. And the tasks that haunt you, don't finish them, file them. A specific next step tells your mind, this one's covered. Here's the line worth keeping: you don't finish tasks, you close loops. If this reframes something you called laziness, subscribe. The next one keeps going. Tonight, pick the one task that's been buzzing at you. Write down its next step, when, where, the first small move. Then watch how quietly your mind lets it go.